Hey folks, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're having a really, really nice sunny day. It's really, really warm here in the UK, so I apologise. I have got my fan on over in the corner because as you can see behind me, there's the sun on the walls, which in the UK is really, really rare. So the actual room, even though I've got the curtains shut, is way brighter than it normally is. So it doesn't look like these stream lights are even giving me enough light today, but it will start to get a little bit darker outside. So so the camera and the picture quality should improve. The top-down view is all good anyway, so you just have to not really see much of my face today, I'm afraid. But yeah, I'm sure you'll be okay. Vogon, congratulations, you got first this week, about 30 minutes before we went live. Someone could have been earlier, but that was the first one I saw.
Very nice.
Ooh, very nice. Thank you very much to Tom, 123 for the resub. Thank you very much for that, dude. I really appreciate that. And Erin Meck as well to subscribe for 4 months as well as Tom. So thank you very much for the resubs, guys. There it is. Ooh, very nice again. Let's see who else we've got in chat. We've also got Huey, Vogon as I mentioned, Kay, Van Storm's here as well, Si Jansen, Keygem is here too, Max Effie. Ooh, very nice. Curious Gabriel, thank you very, very much for the subscription there as well. Again, Twitch Prime sub, nice. We've got Max over here, we've got Rob Shred. Good to see you, Rob. Good to see you, man. I saw you got lucky on Apiary's stream the other day as well, so congratulations there as well. Zapri's here as well. Glacier, Alansky, Taj is here, Julum's here, Alansky. Who else have we got? Katana Mech, nice name, that's a great name. Hypnotic as well, ready to have mad jealousy over not getting a TMO50v2. Yeah, well, we'll talk about mine and how I got hold of mine shortly. Acidic Pure's here as well. Rabbit Sensei. Katana Mech says, quick question, what brand is your chair? It looks really good. I don't actually know, it's unbranded. This was actually a gift to me from my brother a couple of years ago for my birthday. It's not the most comfortable chair. I do have a more comfortable one that's at my work office that I will be bringing here at some point, or maybe to Prototypist's workshop and have the office there as well. So yeah, it's not the greatest chair in the world. It's unbranded. It's one of the racer style seats. It was a gift from my brother, that's why I use it. But many thanks to him, because it's served me well for a good couple of years now. Who else have we got? We've also got Melodet saying, what's up? Yeah, good man, hope you're doing good too. Dopamine, Steel Wind, Rope, Depleted Vestbean, Pub Goku's here as well. So Jensen says he can't wait for this build. Good man, I'm excited for this too. I'm excited for it as well. Steelwind asks, how's it going? It's going well, man. It's really, really warm today. The wife's been out doing the garden. I've been doing some book work. I had a ton of kind of VAT returns to catch up on, as well as tax returns and bank statements, all that kind of stuff. So she's been outside in the sun doing that. I've been at home in the office taking care of all of that kind of stuff today. So it's just been really, really busy for both of us. Rob's here, he says, what's up, Jay? I like the little crocodile. Are they from Disco Crocodiles? Yeah. Disco Crocodile stream, nice. Timo is sweet, looking forward to this, and the mallows. Yeah, so I haven't actually tried the marshmallows out. They are lubed, not with Crytox 205 grade 0 as I usually use. I've just gone for an oil this time on the whole switch. So an oil on the stem and on the spring, which is 104. So I'm interested to see how that makes them sound. I did the whole batch of 80 marshmallows that I bought. I'm only going to use a few for the TMO50 build. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the extras yet. Maybe a macro pad or something. We'll see. Depleted Vestbean is questioning the build. Yeah, TMO50v2 in black polycarb or smoky black polycarb. But yeah, you'll see it shortly. And we are going to be using Durox stabilizers as well. I've got some of the smoky black Durox stabilizers too. Let me know how the music is, guys. I'm not sure what the levels are on the music. Brian and I have just been scrabbling around right before the stream because we share the access to the Twitch account, as you might imagine. And one of the things that we've had an issue with today is the two-factor authentication. Keygem, thank you very, very much for the very, very nice subscription for 2 months. Currently on a 1 month streak. Thank you very much. That does start off the hype train as well. So because of the two-factor authentication, I couldn't log in because that goes to Brian's mobile, and he was asleep, so I was chasing around, and yeah, it's been a bit of one of those weird things. Huey, thank you very much for the 10 months of subscriptions. Oh, all these subs, guys, this is so kind of you. Thank you. I genuinely appreciate this. Like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. Like, it makes my day when you guys sub and drop bits and stuff like that. Especially when I hear the Rudy comments of "ooh, very nice" and "tasty." So thank you very much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. We are on the way to level 2 of the hype train, if you like that kind of thing. Jack Static is here as well. Jax, thank you very much. I saw you supporting April on stream as well yesterday. I think you were one of the donators of a prize as well with your shop, Mint Autumn. So thank you very much for joining us here. So yeah, today, TMO50v2 build, TMO50. Now, if you guys don't remember, I did a long time ago build a TMO-v1. Sadly, I don't own that board anymore. That's now. Oh. Tasty. There it is. There's the bits from Rob Shred. Thank you very much, Rob. Acidic Pure as well. Thank you very much for the 7 months of resub. Really, really appreciate those. Steelwind, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub as well. That is very, very nice of you. Thank you, guys. Saunus as well, continuing the gift sub they got from Mechanisk. Thank you, dude. Mechanisk is one of our wonderful sponsors. You can see them just over there. It'll flicker out. Cheerwall 100 as well. Thank you very much, Pub Goku, for the very, very nice, tasty bits. That'll come up in just a second, I'm sure. Thank you, guys. This is great. Thank you so much. Tasty. There you are. There it is. Very quiet, but I'm sure you can hear it. Let's reach level 5 for the scam train. If you guys reach level 5, man, I'll probably do a giveaway or something if you guys get it to level 5 today. I'll just do like a random withdrawal giveaway of something. Maybe an artisan. I'll tell you what, the other day I got in an artisan from ETF. If we hit level 5 of the hype train, I will try and find that artisan now and we'll give it away. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. So here it is. I won't show it on stream, but I have opened this. But if we hit level 5, I'll give this away. It is from the 420 sale. So there we go. I won't show what it is on stream. You guys will just, whoever wins it, we'll just draw it randomly. If we hit level 5, only if we hit level 5. So thank you very much to Steelwind for the 5 gift subs. I really, really appreciate those. Thank you very much. 100 bits for Pub Goku as well. Thank you very much, dude. 100 more bits from Vogon. Wow, thank you, guys. 69 bits from Huey. Data Decline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 bits. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Orange Josh says, let's go for level 5. Oh, everyone wants that freebie now. George says hi as well. Melodet, thank you very much for the 24 months, 2 years of Twitch Prime subs. That's really, really cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you. James is here as well, saying good evening. Good evening, my friend. I hope you're doing very, very well. Look at this all go. Level 3 complete. We're into level 4 already. I'm going to have to eat my words and send this artisan out, aren't I? I can see it coming. Rob27, thank you very much for the 300 tasty bits. That's very, very, very kind of you. Wow. Tasty. Tasties everywhere. Thank you, guys. It's so kind of you. Like, genuinely, like, don't know what I do to deserve you guys watching, because you are all far too kind. Genuinely far too kind. Tasty. 100 tasty bits from Vogon as well. Thank you very much. Apologies if I keep taking breaks for a drink. It is so warm today. It's 26 degrees in this room right now, so that's why I've got the fan on. I might have to turn the fan up a bit. Apologies if this does get loud, guys. I really, really apologise. Yes, Tinkertronic, Iron Brew, the legend of the Scots. Tasty. Oh, listen out for the tasty. Yeah, I do really, really like a bit of Iron Brew. It's really good. One of my favourite drinks. What's 26 degrees in American? I don't know. Alexa, what's 26 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
26 degrees Celsius is 78.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
I don't know if you heard that. 78.8 degrees in Fahrenheit. There you go. So 79 degrees. George got that right. 79 degrees Fahrenheit. There you go. Jay, the reason we stick around is for your sexy accent. Well, thank you. I'm sure that's not the truth, but thank you very much. Hypnotic Jay just made my echo go. Sorry, but my Alexa's just sat there. It was easy to do that than it was to Google it. Everyone's Alexa's just all around the world now going off because I've mentioned that. Tasty. Thank you very much, Julian, for the 300 tasty bits. Thank you very much. Thank you. If you guys are interested as well, I did just ship out, and he got it the other day, to the guy that did all of these voice comments. He's called Rudy. He's a really, really nice guy from the UK. I sent him a full GMK set of Triumph Adler to thank him for doing all of those voice recordings. So yeah, there we go. Mute yourself for the keyword. Yeah, I try to. I'll try and do that if I do it again. It's so rare I use the echo on stream.
Tasty.
100 bits from Zaprate. Thank you very much, guys. Is that the XM3 you currently wear right now? Yes, this is the XM3, which is why I had to lift the earphones off, because they've got noise cancelling on. I can't hear the fan, which is good for me. I can't hear what the Alexa said to me. So yeah, they're really, really good for noise cancelling. Like if the wife comes in the room and I've got these on, I don't even notice until she starts tapping me on the shoulder. They are really, really, really good headphones. Really excited for the XM4s as well, because apparently, according to Quodenker, they're coming out later on this year. So I'm really looking forward to getting those in as well. I like to use these in the workshop as well when we've got the machinery going and stuff like that. The what? Didn't quite hear you. The Echo. Yeah, the Echo. It's an Echo Dot I've got in here. So I don't know if they call them the same thing in the US or if it's slightly different. What was crazy about the bit just now is that my one in the next room both heard you and answered correctly. Nice! You must have the TV on really, really loud. No joke, I was never a big joiner or community person until I joined the keyboard community. You all taught me the value of community, and TopClick played a big part in that. So thanks to everyone for making this community so awesome. Well, thank you, Melody. I really, really appreciate that. And this community it's what keeps me going a lot of the time. Like I just genuinely love the hobby, love the people, love to interact with you guys. Streaming every week is one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, I'm always happy to stream with you guys here. WGMPC says good evening to you, sir. Don't know how you can stand to wear headphones in this heat though. I have the fan on, that's helping. It's one of the Dyson cool air fans, so it's not too bad here right now. It is 26 degrees in the room right now, Celsius, so that is kind of helping, but you can see I'm a bit flushed and a bit ready today. Thank you very much, Vogon, for the 100 bits. Thank you very much, OEO, for the 200 bits as well. Thank you. Don't your ears hurt after wearing headphones with glasses? No, so Katsupono. So I'll take these off for a second. These are hugely padded. Probably easy to show it here. These are hugely padded. So even with glasses on, I have no issues with comfort. No issues at all.
Tasty.
Julian, thank you very much for the 200 bits. Did we hit level 5? Did we hit level 5? Is that what happened? It says level 3 completed. I don't know what happened. Ooh, very nice. Level 3 apparently is where we got to. I lost kind of track of where it was, so I've no idea where we got to. But it says level 3, so there we go, guys. Do you know what? If people stick around till the end of the stream, I will give away this right at the very end of the stream. Once we've done the build, I will give this away, and I'll just ship it out to whoever wins. So we'll just draw it randomly from people who were watching the stream. You probably have to put in like a dot or a keyword or something. We'll work it out towards the end of the stream. But I will still do the giveaway because you guys have been nothing but supportive. Alansky, thank you very, very much for the 2 months of Twitch Prime subs. It says, let's go hype train. Thank you very much, dude. Hypnotic as well, subscribe with Twitch Prime as well, so thank you. Completely rigged. I didn't see what happened. I saw like level 3 or 4 or something. I think if you hit level 4 it doesn't actually count unless you hit level 5 as well. It seems to be that way. That happened on the show last week as well, so yeah, I don't know. Tuk Floof's here as well. He says hello there, how you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. Acidic Pure says the bladeless one. I've been looking at getting one of those lately, but they're quite pricey. Is it worth it? I really, really like it. It's not easy to show you guys it, but if I don't drop the camera, it's kind of just there. There we go. You can see the Batmobile now as well. Jay's flipped camera is nice to see him, but the TKL on the backside looks weird. Yeah, so the reason why it's flipped is so that if you look at the camera just down here, this little one just down here, if I put my right hand out like this, and then I lift it up, you see the same hand movement, and especially on the other camera it really works well. If I don't flip this camera in front of me round, you guys see it as something like that. That's kind of the movement that you guys see, and it's really jarring, especially on the build stream. So I have to flip the camera around, and as well when we flip to the other camera, you'll see that it's got the keyboard the right layout the right way. So that's why we do it. So penguin droppings, sorry, you just don't have to look. Just look at my pretty face. Just look at this area here. You don't have to worry about all the keyboards. It's fine. It's fine. So happy with stone walls, and the house is so cold that I wear a jacket even if it's 30 degrees outside. Yeah, we live on top of a hill with a huge area of like open land behind us, so the sun just streams down, heats the house up. Yeah. You need to get an inverse TKL to show off in the flipped background. A southpaw TKL, is that what we need? Southpaw TKL. What kind of plate is that on the VEA? That's a copper plate on the VEA. Yeah, it's a copper plate. Right guys, I think it's about time, after we've done all the hype train stuff and we've agreed to do a giveaway later on. I'll leave this just up here so you guys can see it. We will give that away at the end of the stream, and whoever's still around, then right at the very end I'll just draw it. Will be like a keyword or something to put into chat, and we'll give it away. So yeah, sounds good. Right then, let's flip over to the other camera, and then you'll be able to see a little bit more about what I'm going to be building today. Ta-da! So this is where you can see why I've got the cameras the other way around. Look how nice that looks. You guys can see my hands and my movements in parallel. You can see the tattoos there, you can see the tattoos there. If I have this camera flipped, this camera here flipped, it looks really, really different. So there we go. Right, let's take a look at the board, shall we? Let's show you guys the board. Let's show you guys the TMO50v2. If you guys were watching on the stream last week, you might have seen me unbox this for the first time. This is the case that comes from Canon Keys, and I should probably say that I didn't buy this in the group buy. I actually got this through a trade just a couple of weeks ago. I had a board that I wasn't particularly over involved with. Someone really wanted that particular board. They had this, and we made a trade. So yeah, just a straight trade, which was nice and easy. And this came about just over a week ago. I think it came a week ago on Friday, so I've had it a few days now. So many angles, pro streamer. No, it's just two cameras. It just literally like if I flick back to the other one, it literally flips the two cameras round. So the front camera is here, and then you've got this kind of like side camera just here, and then if I flick back over, you can see that the side camera becomes a big camera, and then my little window is just shrunk. It's the same two cameras, just two cameras, that's all it is. The mat is dope. This mat was actually for the CFA, the County Fire Authority in Australia. So when I had all of the wildfires in January, yes, that was a thing. The wildfires in January were a thing in Australia. This was run by switchkeys.au to try and raise some money for the County Fire Authority there. I think just in the EU alone, I think we raised something like $650, which at the time was really, really good. I donated that off the sales of all of these mats. There was no profits in them. I bought a couple for myself. The extras just went up the other day. They sold out within seconds. I think I only had a handful, like 10 or so, but they sold out within a second or two of me putting them live. I don't think the ones from Switch Keys have actually shipped yet, but you might be able to find some extras there. Yeah, the CFA, but yeah, it's a really nice desk mat. It looks a bit patchy on the camera, but that's just the way the light's shining. It's really nice deep black in person. Anyway, the board, the TMO50v2. First off, it comes with this really cute little Canon Keys. Try and show you these logos if I can get them in the light in the right way. No. So these do have a Canon Keys logo on. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Try and show you, try and angle it so you can see. There you go, little Canon logo, really cute. Review for the tube says, Jay, I actually caught one of your live streams, was just talking about your JO1 and JO2 boards with Stash. He can't wait to get his JO2. Yeah, man, the JO2 should be shipping soon. JO1's right here, new version of it coming soon. JO2 we built last week on stream, it's just behind me, I have been using it all week. And that should be shipping August time to buyers, so yeah, really excited for that. Okay, opening the case up. here we go. You can see there's a few different things in here. First and foremost, we have got the switches. These are the Marshmallows, straight from mykeyboard.eu. You can see their little logo down here, mykeyboard.eu. Go check them out. Really, really nice people. But yeah, these have been lubed with Crytux 104 on both the stem and the spring, and all of those are lubed. We're also going to be using some Duroc Smoky Black stabilizers, and we'll be using gold wires as well. I need to work out what layout I'm going to put on this. I haven't actually decided as yet. In terms of the rest of the case, it does have not just one, but two PCBs available, and I also have a secondary polycarbonate plate, which is really, really nice and really good quality as well. Okay, and then here we have the board underneath as well. Just lift it out of this out of the case. This is the first time I take it out of the case on stream. I don't think I did this last week. I'm just going to tuck these back in here. Oops, caught on the desk mat. Okay, this also is a Canon Keys branded cloth as well. I'm not sure where the logo is, but there is a logo on it somewhere, which is really nice. This is like a nice soft felt cloth. And here is the board. So, smoky polycarb black case. Brass plate, but I think I'm going to build with the polycarbonate plate. Brass weight on the base. Really nice. So there we go. This is what we're going to be building today, guys. Nice little lip on the front here that you can just see there. A really, really big fan of that. So that is what we're going to build today, guys. This is the board for today. As I say, we're going to build it with the PC plate. I just feel like it's going to fit better with the PC plate. More excited to put the PC plate on it than use the brass one, to be honest, so we will be using that. And we'll only need one PCB today. So I'm just going to move the other PCB out of the way. Go. Let's see what you guys are talking about in chat. Feel like I've missed out for a little bit. Very exciting stuff, and they sound so good. Thank you, man, for the review for the tube for the J1 and J2 reviews. They do sound really nice, even if I do say so myself. Katana Mix is down. Thank you for the sub. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Steelwind. Review for the tube is everywhere now. Well, hey, if he's here, nothing wrong with that. I thought it was September, October for some reason, a JO2 earlier. I think it's August, that's what Canon Keys have said. So yeah, hoping that they'll turn up in August time. Shipping might take a little bit longer given how the world is right now, so yeah. James, you can have whatever's left over from these marshmallows. You'll have to accept that they are lubed, but really, really lightly. But I will send you whatever's left over, because I'll only need 50 or so for this, so there'll be 20 or 30 left. Who Glaciers going, ooh, yeah, nice. Poly's so nice. Yeah, the grey polycarbonate is so nice as well. Every time I see a poly board, it makes me want the ASK55 again. Well, sir, you might want to keep an eye out on a certain website, because something might be happening soon. Looks really nice. I hate myself for not joining this group buy. Yeah, I was really upset that I didn't join the group buy as well, so I'm really glad I managed to get hold of one of these. As far as I'm aware, this does support a 6U bottom row, a 6.25U bottom row. Let's just check that. Let me see if I can find the group by thread. Because if it does support a full-size spacebar bottom row, that's what I want to go with. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, it's not on the group buy thread. Let me see if it's on the interest check thread. Okay, yeah, so I can put a 6.25U space on it. So the bottom row is going to go 1, 1.5, 6.25, 1.25. That's the bottom row we're going to build with. We're then going to have this key as stepped because we can use a stepped caps lock there, and we will split this key as well, so we'll have a 1.25 and a 1 on this side as well. And then you guys right at the very end of the stream, or right at the end of the build, should I say, can pick one of 2 key sets. So we'll set up a little way of you guys being able to pick the key set when we get to the end as well. Looks really nice. I hit myself on not joining the group by Durock or GMK. These are Durock stabilizers. These Durock smoky black housings. They're not solid black, they're not opaque, they are translucent. The GMK ones, they're solid black, they're opaque. I told myself that FOMO was unjustified, but I really wish I had picked it up now. A really good looking board, right? It looks really good. I never thought I would want anything under a 60%. This is going to become my new workshop board. So the PC built on my other stream channel the other day, when we get into the workshop, this is the board that's going to be my workshop board. It would be nice if this accepts a 6.25 space bottom row. It does. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. Yeah, 6.25, that is exactly what we're going to go with. Which is better, Durock or GMK? I think if you want to go best to worst, money is no object. Zeal stabilizers are the best, then Durock stroke Everglide, which are the same thing. Then I would say C3, and then I would say GMK right now. The reason for that is GMK changed their molds, and they would have been in kind of like 2nd or 3rd place, and they've just dropped down purely because the molds have changed and they don't feel quite as nice. That being said, GMK are working on a new version of their stabilizers, so that might change things when those come out in the next few months. Fingers crossed we'll hear something on that soon. In terms of the difference between Durock and Zeal, so I'd say Zeals are slightly better because they're more consistent. I think it's just in the quality control. So sometimes the Durock ones, Everglide ones, they come slightly damaged out of the bag. Mintelly's had a lot of problems with these. I had the same problem a couple of weeks ago, which was the first time I'd experienced it. A couple of other people have mentioned it as well. So I do think that you pay more money for Zeals, but you get what you pay for, just in terms of smoothness and sound and QC, which is really important. The smoothness and sound is very, very similar in the Durocks, but the QC might be slightly less. And then C3, I'm not a huge fan of the C3 ones. The housings are a little bit wider, so if you've got a plate that's to spec, the housings for the stabilizers may not fit in that plate. You may have to make the cutouts for the stabilizers wider, so I'm talking about these cutouts here. You may have to make that wider for the C3 stabs. Sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. Depends on the board and the design of the plate. And they also bind with EPBT, but that's apparently been fixed for the new round. I haven't tried those as yet. Okay, disagree on C3 above GMK, too big. Yeah, if you go just in terms of feel, I think they're better than the current GMK ones because they're quite smooth, but they do have 2 issues. 1, the housings are a little bit larger, so they don't always fit in the cutouts, and 2, they don't work with EBBT keycaps. There we go. Zeal stabs have no issues, and at the minute I don't know of any issues with Zeal stabs. The current rounds are fine. The very, very early rounds used to have problems with the wires popping out. That's all fixed, and I haven't experienced any issues since then. I haven't bought any Zeal stabs in about 6 months because I solely use Durock now, unless I'm doing a themed build or I've run out. But I did get a huge batch of these in the other day. I think I got 25 sets of these in the other day, so I'm pretty good at 4 now. Harry Potter with my cherry clip-ins. I do like vintage cherry clip-ins, so if I take apart an old board for switches, I do tend to take out the old stabilizers as well and use those, yeah. Graded Designs, been fun watching today. I'm off to protest. Feel free, man, go protest and be safe. Mr. Petrov, good evening, good sir. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Hey bro, I know this is super random, but do you know if this 2.0 is supported by older than RTX cards? I have no idea. Sorry, no idea. Flexman, good evening, good sir. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much for being here. Mr. Petrov, she's still at the workshop. Sorry, dude. I'm at home at the minute. She's at the workshop. He's talking about his board, the Allison, for you guys that don't know. Right then, guys, it's time to crack on with the build then. Let's take a look. We're going to put the switches to one side. We're going to take our stabilizers and we're going to take our PCB. One of the other things we're going to do in a second as well is just take the old plate out of there, but we will be using this polycarbonate plate today. So bear that in mind. I'm going to take a risk today, not test the PCB. I know I should, but don't really have the time, I'm afraid, so let's not. Does the workshop have air conditioning? No, but it doesn't really need it because the ceilings are 60 feet high, so it doesn't really need air conditioning, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, we shall see. Okay, gonna check that to one side. Right. Nowhere in the UK has AC. I thought you were migrating to the workshop for streaming. Yes, but I have to have one thing there that I don't have there yet, which is an internet connection. So soon will be the answer to that. Yeah. Is this camera gone weird? Because it looks like it's gone weird on my screen. I don't know why. Oh well. It's fine. Yeah, so as soon as we've got internet connection up there and I can move all of my streaming gear over there, I absolutely will. It's probably a few weeks away, maybe the end of next month, and all my streams will be done from the workshop going forwards. But it is a little while away at the minute. One Creative Mind, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for being here. How long does it take me to get there? It's 3 minutes each way. It's literally around the corner. 3 minutes in the car each way. It's about 10 minutes to walk it, maybe a little bit longer, but yeah, it's pretty close. Cool. Okay, so time to start putting our stabilizers in. So we need the 6.25 UI. I think that's the only stabilizer we're going to have on this, isn't it? Let me get that layout up again. So for you guys that don't know, this is where I'm checking the layouts. So if you guys want to take a look. I usually don't walk it though, Rob, because I have so much stuff to take there and bring back that I usually need the car anyway. So yeah, we are literally only going to use one stabilizer today. Man, that's nice feeling. One stabilizer, a 6.25U stabilizer, and that's it. That's all we need. Excellent. So we need 2 housings, 2 inserts, and 2 screws. And the rest can go back in the bag for next week's build stream. No, we're going to split the key on the right, so you can have a 2.25U key here, or you can have a 1.25 and a 1U. We're going to split it and have it split. Time for an electric trike with cargo capacity. I want a little mini electric pickup. So they used to do these Datsun pickup trucks, Nissan Sunny pickup trucks in the late 80s, early 90s. I'm really tempted to try and get one and retrofit an electric engine into it. Well, an electric power unit. Oh no, you're right, guys. Sorry, you're right, guys. Left shift. Yes, there is left shift. Sorry, yes, there is 2. There is 2 needed. Yes. Good spot, guys. Good spot. Whoever spotted that, well done. I just need one more insert. There we go. Good spot, guys. Well done. Does your workshop mean potential car content on top clack? Potentially, it may mean other content. It all depends on what we do with the unit. So at the minute it's warehouse space for most of the prototypist stuff, and it has a small office, which is where I'll do some streaming like this from once I've got lighting and everything else set up in there. But it's basically a small little office room. The unit's 2,000 square feet. The office is about 320 square feet, I think, something like that. So yeah, I need a wire as well. Yeah. Does that PCB not support split left shift? It does, but it doesn't say that you can do that. Interesting. Yeah, you are absolutely right, George. You can split this. You can split it, which will give you a 1.5U and a 1.5U and a 1.25U. No, that's not right. 1.25 and a 1U. That's what it must give you. 1.25 and a 1U. Yeah. I'm not sure what we do now. Do we split it or not? I can't decide. Let's split it. Let's just split it and just go with one stabilizer build. That feels like the right call to me. Small boards, more keys, the better, as Brian would say. So let's just use the stabilizer for the spacebar, and the rest we will see where we get to. Disco Crocodile, thank you very much for joining, man. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Oops, dropping there. Okay, let's get the housings ready, and then let's lube this stabilizer. ISO Master Race, all 1U keys, big brain. At least this isn't like the original TMO that had this whole middle row where you could select any layout you wanted. So The first thing we're going to do is just put some lube on the wire. Just going to put a nice covering on here. You want plenty on, but don't go too heavy. It's easier to overlube than it is to not. And if you come to have to remove lube, it's very difficult. So it's easy to add more lube later on than it is to take it away. So whilst you want to put a fair amount on, don't overlube it. Just put a steady amount away, and you can always tweak it later on if you need to. Let me know how the music volume is as well, because I'm conscious it's comfortable for me, but I want it to be comfortable for you guys as well. So let me know if it's too loud, too quiet. Let me know if you can't hear it. Okay, so now we've lubed the wire. We're just going to push the wire into the base of our stabilizers, clip it into the front, make sure it all moves. We're then going to do the same on the other side. Make sure everything moves nice and smoothly, and then now we're going to lubricate the sliders. We're not going to put any more lube on the brush just yet. There should be still plenty on there, and we're just going to put a thin coating on. This isn't to make it gum up the works or anything like that. This is just to give it a really, really nice smooth feel, and just to help it along. You don't want to be putting too much on that it's going to gum up the works. I'm just going to put a little bit on. Okay, probably just need a touch more now. As I say, it's always easier to add more lube later on than it is to take it away, guys, so definitely do that. Okay, and there we go. That's our one stabilizer for today, all lubed up nicely. There we go. So back to the question about the car content. There may be some car content coming, but it's primarily for the workshop space that I'll be there. So there might be some workshop streams coming up as well, just as stuff comes in, showing you guys it as it comes out of the box, unboxing it for the first time, stuff like that, just to try and keep it a really nice fun edge and a bit light-hearted, and to just really enjoy the hobby, and show you guys a bit behind the scenes and all of that kind of good stuff as well. And who knows, maybe some more stuff as well. Some of the cars will be there, some won't. 2,000 square feet sounds like a lot, but then when you try and work out how many cars you can actually fit in there with all of the other stuff that I need to fit in there, it's actually not that many. So my dream of kind of merging the two units together and having the cars and the prototypist stuff in one place is still on hold, I think, for a long time. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Can you still buy this on the first market? No, I'm afraid not. This is now only going to be available in the aftermarket. Okay, all looking good from there. You can now see, guys, that looks like it fits just perfectly. So now the next job is to put in the switches for the rest of the build. Yeah, we're going to go for split left shift and split right shift. So we're going to try and give ourselves a little bit more functionality than what we normally would. Just going to start in the middle here, guys, pop a couple of switches in, and then try and pop these into the board. Okay, it clicks in nicely. Now, because the polycarbonate plate is quite flexible, I am going to take it quite slow and steady, start at the middle and work my way out. In fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a few switches into the plate first, away from the PCB, and then I'll merge the two together in a minute. Is this meant to be just chatting and not makers and crafting? Yeah, I forgot to change it over. Yeah, my fault. It's fine. People tend not to stumble on this stream anyway. It more tends to be people who know what we're doing, so I'm comfortable with it. Okay, just put a few more switches in, and then we'll make sure it all lines up nice and neatly into the PCB. It's a very tight plate, but we're all good. There we go. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a north-south facing spacebar stab wire? It's difficult to say, really. So there's a couple of things that you can do. If you have a south-facing stab wire, you tend not to be able to. The wire goes out further from the center of the stab, so you tend to have a deeper PCB. So if you go this way around, you can have a shallower PCB. You can have the PCB pretty close to the edge, and you can see there that it's pretty close. The other thing to bear in mind as well is that the screw part, you can actually have that as a crescent and still screw in and hold it in safely, whereas you can't with the clip at the front of the stabilizer. So you could actually bring this line all the way up to here and go through these holes and do it that way as well. Other than that, there isn't really much difference in terms of how a very nice. Thank you very much, Brez, for the sub. 10-month streak. Thank you very much, dude. So there isn't really very much difference other than that, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so now we've got a few switches in place. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and push these into the board. We'll start in the center, and then we're going to work our way out. And then the plate should support itself in all of the other areas as we try and input more switches going forwards. There we go. There we go. Just make sure everything is nice and flush from these switches first. So I'm just going to give them all a good push in. And then now we can start to fill in the gaps and work our way around the rest of the board. So there isn't really a better way to do it. Yeah, I don't think so for stab orientation. I don't think it really matters too much. I'm not massively fussed for it. I don't think it offers any difference in terms of lubing or sound or anything like that. So yeah, I don't think it really matters. So yeah, so workshop streams coming soon. I don't know if you guys would want to watch kind of like fulfillment streams where we're just packaging stuff and things like that. I really don't know if that's the kind of thing that people would like to see. Would you guys like to watch me unbox GMK stuff when it arrives for the first time or anything like that? I genuinely don't know. Or doing quality control on keyboards? I don't know. Is that something that people would watch? For sure, yes. Okay, people seem to be interested in that. Okay, we'll bear it in mind. There's other stuff we'll be doing in the shop as well, so there'll be all sorts of kind of other projects that come in. Yeah, because you talk and make it interesting. Yeah, I'd love to talk. I love to talk through what we do in the hobby and stuff like that. Interacting with you folks is one of the nicest things in the world. The other thing I want to do as well is for the UK folks is have kind of open days where people can come up to the workshop and see how things work and, you know, do kind of mini meets in a way. Okay, so just need to try and lift the plate into position here. Oops. There we go. That switch is going to be a 1.25U, so it needs to go there. Just trying to work out where we need to be. 6.25, I think, wants to be there. That looks about right. Where in the UK is the workshop? It's in West Yorkshire. It's in West Yorkshire. So it'll be a while away yet. I know that there's COVID and everything else, and I wouldn't want to do anything to put people's health in danger or anything like that. So it will be a while away, but it is something that I would like to do for the community at some point in the near future. I'm just going to try and get a rubber-ended tool just to lift that up there. There we go. What are these mini slit cutouts on the plate on the bottom row for? If you mean these thin ones here, these are acoustic cuts. They help the sound of the switch because it's not in the solid polycarbonate. It helps the sound of the switch on some of the larger keys. So where you've got a larger key, it just helps with the sound profile a little bit. What kind of screwdriver set is that? This is a rebranded weith set, made in their factory for another company, but effectively it's just a lot of screwdriver bits that you can put in the end. It's like 12 quid on Amazon. No, not £12. It's like £25 on Amazon, I think, in the UK. It's pretty cheap, pretty easily accessible, and it does the job. Daj says he got a smoky PC TMO50v2 as well. It's a really nice board. Yeah, man, I think it looks stunning. I'm really excited to put this together. I do miss my original TMO. I'm sad that I don't have it any longer. So this is going to be a nice change. Okay, so we're kind of getting there with the build now. Oh man, one of the things that I need to do as well is when you guys pick a keycap set towards the end of the stream for me to use on this, we'll need to pick some artisans for the artisan column. That's definitely something we need to work on at the end of the stream. You guys have got me thinking now what I could do for additional workshop streams for content. Try and give you guys some more stuff to watch. DMG. I put that on the JO2 last week. That went on the JO2 last week. I could put DMG on here. It's not one of the 2 sets I've got ready for you guys to pick from though. A few more switches left. Mr. James AKB, you're going to have a few of these marshmallows, good sir, in the post because there's going to be quite a few left over. Okay, just need to try and properly plate into position here. There we go. Jay Snipes playing Animal Crossing. Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever want to play video games on Twitch. I wouldn't want people to laugh at me, and I'm terrible when it comes to video games. So I'm not sure that that would be the greatest use of my time or anyone else's. But yeah, maybe like when we get some cool prototypes in, you guys could see that on stream and stuff like that. Even if we're not building them, you could just kind of see me unbox them for the first time. We could do all that kind of stuff. Oh, nice. Need to get a sub 60 build then. You'd be subject to my gamer rage. I don't really get gamer rage. Right, James. I don't know how many's in there, but you can have those. So you need a macro pad or something for them. Right, there we go, guys. How cute does that look? Little pink switches. It's pretty good. Okay. Now we've built this, before we solder it together, I am going to take apart the board and take a look at the internals for this. Okay, so I need, I think it's going to be this bit. Let's see. That's the one. I swear if it's GMK Peach Blossom, that would be perfect for the switches. I don't have GMK Peach Blossom. Salvin's here as well, Mr. J. Good evening, Salvin. Glad to see you on stream, good sir. I've had a ton of fun watching on your stream yesterday when we saw the SpaceX launch. That was really good fun. GMK Olive, that might be one of the 2 key sets I've got to one side. Might be. Totally my own opinion, not influenced by Jay at all. I do have 2 key sets just at the side of me that you guys are going to get to pick from towards the end of the stream. Honestly, did not feel like my best work, to be honest. Hey man, scuff streams are the best streams. I need to remember the order of these screws because they're not all the same length. So let's make sure we put them in the order we take them out. And hey, any stream with Salvin on is a good stream in my book. Yeah, 40%'s out for everyone, George. You know, some people like them, some people can use them. This is going to be very much a workshop board for me, so this is going to be the one that goes around the workshop, doing most of the stuff for printing out packing slips, that kind of stuff. But they make great travel boards. You can have a number on them though. You can just put the number on the macro cluster. Oh, sorry, on a layer, sorry. Okay, just going to take it apart. Let's take a look. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so you can see the weight just screws in from the underside. 2 points here. Focus camera, please. There we go. And there. And then it's got kind of little roundels in, very similar to what I showed you on the JO2 last week, just to do alignment across the top and bottom. It's on the sides as well. That's pretty nice. No machining marks on the inside. So a lot of times on polycarbonate boards you can see machining marks on the inside. None at all visible here. Or very, very few, if any. I can't see anything in this light here. It's really, really impressive. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Top mount board, so you guys can see it's just top mounted. So we're just going to remove those screws as well. Now, one of the things I am usually a little bit worried about with PC boards is having the screws go straight into the case and have the case threaded. It's not something I'd ever want to do if I did a PC board of my own. But we'll take a look at these in a second and see if these have got any helicoils or anything else installed. Fun but impractical. Well, you could say that about many things. Oops. Never experienced polycarb plate. How do you rate them in general, Jay? I tend to prefer a firmer plate than polycarb, but they are pretty nice. They usually sound pretty good. They're a lot softer than anything firm, like a brass plate or something similar. So it depends on what you're looking for, really. I think the big thing for me is I don't like metal plates anymore. I've kind of grown past using metal plates. I tend to think that they sound bad overall because they transfer a lot of vibration into metal cases. This is a metal board, so you're not really going to transfer any vibration. But I'd still really rather use plastic plate, I think. There we go, all looking good. Just going to pop that to one side so I don't lose it. And then you guys can see that this is where the plate mounts and that's where the case puts together. So let's have a look. Do they have helicoils in, or is it threaded? So it looks very much to me like it's just threaded polycarbonate. I can't see anything metallic in there, so I'm pretty sure it's just threaded polycarbonate, which means that when we're putting it back together we just need to be really, really careful, making sure we're not going to damage the board. It's just really fine threads. I genuinely can't see a helicoil or anything kind of insert in there, so I'm going to assume that there isn't any. Yeah, you can't. It's difficult to show you guys. Like, you can see the screw points here, but they're just dark. There is some light bits towards the top. I don't think that that's a helicoil. If you look down, I'm pretty certain that that's just polycarbonate all the way through. Like, normally you can tell if they've got inserts in. I can't see anything that suggests that there is an insert in these. Just looks like threaded polycarbonate. Okay. Okay, time to get on with some soldering then, guys. So, whilst we are soldering, guys, remember this is your time to ask questions away. Whilst I'm just checking for the pins, I'm going to run through what you guys can do. You can tag me by using @TopClack in the chat. If you tag me with @TopClack, you can ask any question you like whilst I'm going through soldering. That can be about anything whatsoever. It doesn't have to be keyboard related. It can be other content related. It can be personal. You can ask a question about anything at all that you like. As long as it's Twitch terms of service safe, I will answer it. Now, I have got a few bent pins, so I need to fix these. So if you just tag me with @TopClack, I'll check periodically and I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. I'm just going to fix a couple of bent pins that we've got here. So we've got two next to each other just here. Just going to be careful not to scratch the polycarbonate plate. Okay, just going to try and fix these pins. I think I've got another one on the top row as well that we need to fix. So we'll just fix these two first, and then we'll fix the other ones, and then I'll crack on with answering your questions. As I say, you can ask the questions about anything that you like. It does not have to be related to Top Clack keyboards, anything at all. Open as but you want to ask me, and as long as it's Twitch safe, I will probably answer the question. Okay, I think there was just one on the top row as well that got a bent pin just here. Again, I'll just quickly remove that, fix it up, and pop it back in. Just going to do another quick check. Good evening, Mr. Nathan Alphaman. Thank you very much for joining the stream, good sir. Good to have you on. Okay, I think we are good. So as you guys can see, it's pretty much all nice and neat and even all the way around. Everything is looking nice and neat and flush to the PCB. So I think we're good to solder. Okay, first question is from One Creative Mind, and he says, SA, DSA, and GMK sets in your opinion. Number one, SA, DSA, and GMK sets in my opinion. It's really difficult to answer that because I probably changed my mind. SA, probably Space Cadet, the original Round 5 Space Cadets. It still has a really, really soft place in my heart. I genuinely really love those designs and on the keycaps. That's why I made the Hyper 7 in the first place and why I wanted to produce that project. Number one, DSA. I would probably say DSA Alchemy. It's only one of 3 DSA sets that I own, so I'd say DSA Alchemy. GMK, now this is really hard. You ask me this any day of the week and I'm probably going to give you a different answer. Right now I'm going to go with GMK Royal Alpha, which is one of my favourite sets of all time. Thank you, Nathan, to hang out here. It's good to see you, man. I know we chat a lot offline, so well, online but not on stream. So it's really nice to have you here, man. Number one, DCS. I really like DCS Twilight. I think it's a really, really underrated key set, and I think we should see more of it in place. I'd like to see a rerun of it. I'd like to see it come back with maybe a bit more compatibility than it had last time. But yeah. Tinkertronic says, have you built your caterum yet? No, it is still in the workshop waiting to be built. I do every now and again hand crank the engines, make sure nothing's seized up or anything like that. But no, the build has not commenced and is not completed. maybe this winter coming. It's finding the time, man. It's so difficult to find the time. I do want to get it done at some point in the near future, though. What keyboard profiles do you actively dislike? Depleted Vespi, can you clarify the question? Do you mean in terms of key set profiles, or do you mean in terms of keyboard layouts? Keyboard profiles doesn't really make much sense to me, but if you can rephrase, I will definitely answer it. Thoughts on MT3 and why do you think there aren't more sets for that profile? So Drop owned the rights to do MT3 sets because they bought all of the molds, and it was designed by Matteo. Now, as far as I understand it, they have to approve the designs together for it to be able to be produced. So both Drop and Matteo have to want to make it happen, and that will all depend on what designers are coming through for. So as far as I know, there has been Serica. There's also been the standard run of it in the standard colorways, which is kind of like a beige color with some accent keys. There has also been Susu Atari, which hasn't shipped yet, which is the double shot version, the ABS double shot version. The other ones are Dice PBT, and then there was also a I want to say not Irish, but there was something like that kind of set, Elven or something, Elvish maybe. I think we'll probably see more of it in months and years to come. I think the Dice element will probably die away if Susu Atari is successful, and they'll probably go with double shot ABS going forwards. I think we just need to wait for Susu Atari to confirm what that goes like. And if anyone wants to sell me a slot to Susu Atari, I would gladly pay for it, because that's a set that I missed out on that I really wish I'd joined. So yeah. Is Mrs. J more understanding of your car or your keyboard hobby? Neither. She hates both. She's not a fan of cars other than... Well, she wants me to get a classic 1980s Porsche. I keep telling her I can't afford it. She keeps telling me she wants one. And that's about as far as we ever get. So she's not really understanding of either. She doesn't mind it. She just doesn't get it. I think that's it. What if your favourite Top Gear or GT skit scene episode? What is my favourite, and why is it the Peugeot driver film? Do you know what? It's probably not. I think my favourite one is probably the North Pole special, Top Gear North Pole special, where they took the I think it was a Toyota Hilux, like a really modified version of the new Hilux, which was probably about 10 years ago now. I thought that was a really, really good episode, and I genuinely really enjoyed it. On the Grand Tour, the one where they built the bridge I think that was the Grand Tour, not Top Gear. The one where they built the bridge, that was pretty cool. And the one where they took the fish to a town inland from in I think it was sub-Saharan Africa. That was silly as hell. That was good fun though. Depleted First Bean comes back and says the keyboard profile for the keys SA, DSA, GMK, MT3, etc. independent of the keyboard layout. So what do I actively dislike? I'm not a huge SA fan. I used to really like it, and then I've kind of moved away from it. I also don't like using DSA. I'm not a fan of that at all. And I don't like XDA or G20 either. Those two shouldn't exist as far as I'm concerned. G20 is just terrible, and XDA, it's like a poor man's DSA, and that's not my favourite to begin with. So yeah. Julian, if you had to choose one, which one? Bingsu or Botanical? Now I actually bought both of these, but I'm going to go with, if I could only pick one, I'd pick Botanical. I'd go with Botanical there. What are my favourite switches? Right now, I think H1s are really good stock switches off the market. They're really, really good. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. This is starting to splutter a little bit. Yeah, I like H1 switches. I think if I was going to go tactile, I'd still probably pick a Zelio V2. I don't see anything beating that anytime soon. They're really good switches as well. It's hard to say on the rest of them. There's so many switches that are really similar today with JWK switches that it's really hard to pick something out. This solder is really spluttery today. Is that a TS100 soldering iron? Yes, it is. It is. Yes, TS100. So SA, DSA, XDA, G20, no bueno. Pretty much, yeah. Hey, one creative mind. We can't. If we agreed on everything, then the world wouldn't be a great place. The fact that we've got all this choice and changes is why it's such a good place. What's wrong with MT3 and Dysub? Nothing's wrong with it. I just think they'll move away from it and move over to double shot ABS because. I think they'll find it better to produce. People will find brighter colours. PBT tends to have duller colours because dye-sub isn't necessarily usually as bright as what plastics can be. So because you're dyeing over the top of a plastic colour rather than actually putting the dye into the plastic, you tend to end up with slightly softer colours. Man, this solder today, it's exactly the same solder as I always use, just a new roll, but it's very, very splashy. Very spitty. I love my DSA. Yeah, man, nothing wrong with that, Rabbit Sensei. If you like it, you like it. You know, we can all like different things. I think DSS has got a lot going for it. I think if they can fix the issue where it's a little bit on the rough side until it's worn in, I think that'll do a lot better. But there's no right or wrong answer, guys. Just because it's my opinion doesn't mean to say it has to be yours. You can form your own decisions and we can still be friends, you know. That's how this works. We can disagree and still be friends. It's great. Are marshmallows a recoloured Duroc like alpacas, Moors, H1s? I think so, yeah. Now apparently they do have a slightly different material, someone said, but I don't know how true that is in different molds, so yeah. So what's wrong with MT3 and die sub? I just think there's no point in die subbing if you can do good double shots. There's nothing wrong with PBT and die sub in general, but I think that I'll move away from it just for commercial reasons. Maybe I already answered that, I can't remember. DSA Eve, gosh, that's a blast from the past. Man, that's a really old set. Best worst thing about being a vendor now. By the way, excited to see your name on more and more ICs. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's really nice. It's really frustrating when people put my name on there and they haven't even spoken to me. That's frustrating. There's been a couple quite recently where people put me down as the vendor, but they haven't actually asked me. So that's interesting. So ask your vendors before you put the names down. Ask your vendors. Make sure you've got an agreement with them first. But no, it's going really well. Like, I genuinely love making stuff for the community. Like, I'm not there to make a profit. That's not why I'm doing it. Like, of course, the business has to make a little bit of money to pay for the warehouse and everything else. So there has to be a little bit of profit involved. But I'm not doing it to make money. I'm doing it because I want to make things available to the community, and I want to make my products more available to the community that I design. And whilst I'm doing that, I can help other people get their products out as well. So my view is that it's very much me being a service to the community, not necessarily me being a vendor per se in the traditional sense where I'm a business and everything else. I'm very much part of the community and want to be part of the community and want to help people get stuff, and that's why I want to proxy. Because I've got the capability and the opportunity to do so, I think it makes it a little bit easier for me because I've got the packing space, the warehouse space, I've got some good contacts in the community now. I can generally do that kind of thing. I have the ability to work from home most of the time, so I can work from there for my day job even if I'm not there. So in between breaks and stuff, I can be folding boxes and packaging stuff up. And of course it allows me to have more tools as well and toys. There is a reason why I have the warehouse and the workshop space. It's so that I can make stuff as well, and to try and make it easy for me to make stuff to share with you guys. Like, I don't want to do 15, 16 JO1s anymore. I want to do 100 like we did with the JO2. I want to do that and share more and stuff. So that's my philosophy behind it. And the other thing as well is enable me to do things like hold mini meetups and have the community round, have people come and see me, see the workshop, see what we do. It also offers people the ability to get their products out there as well. So there's the whole idea behind Prototypist was to offer a prototyping service. So if people had a design, they had a board, they wanted to get it made, they didn't know how, they couldn't liaise with their factories, they didn't want to take the risks, all of that kind of stuff, that's what I'm there to help with. Mr. Petrov has been through that process. We're going through that process now with a few other people as well. The Argyle is a really good example of it. It's it's all about being a service, being able to bring back to the community and being able to provide for people. That's literally what I want to be able to do. Give people opportunities that they don't have otherwise. So yeah, that's where we're at. So look out for the Argyle, that's coming soon. Look out for Mr. Petrov's Ellisons, because I've just shipped all of the prototypes of those out last weekend. So they should be getting delivered next week. So yeah. The worst thing about being a vendor, having to pay all the bills, that sucks. Having to do all the bookwork, that sucks. But hey, it's a small price to pay if it means I get to do all of the good things that I mentioned before. Your opinion on MT3 as a profile is pretty nice. It hugs the fingertips. I really like it from that perspective because it hugs the fingertips really nicely. So I like to use it. I don't have a set anymore. I actually gave my only set away at the last UK meetup in Leeds. So I actually don't have a set of MT3 anymore, but that's partially why I want Susu Atari. Come on, there we go. Okay, I think that was all the questions. I think we got through every single question there. So thank you very much for those, guys. I'll try and answer any more if you guys have got any more as we go through the rest of the build stream. Ascot says, must be a British thing. What's a British thing? Sorry, I missed that. They're all my caps shine. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Wonder if you have some insight. I'm using a DZ60 with some Gap black inks. My backspace key keeps double typing in the suggestions. Check your soldering. Double check your soldering. Make sure it's not the switch. That if it is that, take the switch out. Put another switch in because it could be the leaf inside the switch. I do the opposite, lol, not putting down Jay so he's not biased during TC. Big brain. Well, yeah, if people don't put me down, I can talk about it on TC a bit more openly. Yeah, that's true. Gio says his margins would be way too high to replace his day job earnings. Yeah, it's not to replace my day job. I don't take any money personally out of the company. Any money that's in the company is reinvested back into it to either pay for prototypes or to cover additional shipping costs, or to when the CFA mats went out, I upgraded everyone from Royal Mail postage to DHL. I think that cost me like 700 quid in total or something like £700, about $1,000 in extra, but that was because the money was there and available to do it with. So if I didn't have that available, they would have taken a lot longer to ship. So I will try and do things like that with the money. I don't ever want to take money out of it. So yeah, there we go. Don't use a fume extractor. I've got a big fan on at the side of me, so I really don't need it. I've got a Dyson hot and cool fan on at the side of me, blowing across me, so all of the air is blowing that way, and the window's wide open as well. So I don't need an extractor fan close by because there's an actual breeze blowing across here. Let me see if I can show you how much of a breeze there is. See, it's kind of not showing it. You might have to just trust me, but there is a breeze. There you go. You can see it with the bag in the little video in the top corner. It is blowing it across, so there is plenty of airflow through here. EB Shadow, thank you very much for the Switch Prime sub, man. Thank you. That was very, very nice of you. Thank you. Only downside I got from prototyping is I got to pay shipping. Yeah, I mean, people have to pay shipping, right? I can't do anything about that. Love the map choice, Jay. I know you've had it there for a while, but this is the first time I've been in stream and seen it. Yeah, love the map. There you go, man. Designed by Nathan Alphaman, so there you go. There you go. So is the prototype service available for dealing with the producing side of a custom board if one were to come in with a board already designed, or only for designing as well? Yeah, we do it at any stage. So Mr. Petrol, for example, came to us with a produced design. He asked us to make it. We gave him some feedback on the design. He chose not to take that feedback, by the way. I will point that out. He chose not to take on any of the feedback. And we produced the boards as they were. And now we're going to take some of that feedback and tweak it before we do a group buy. Yes, we will do. We're also looking at some boards with some other people where they've got a design. We kind of review it, make sure it's fit for production, and then we will help them produce it. There's others where they've already gone through that production and prototyping phase and they just need us to run the group buy and do fulfillment. Great, fine by me doing that as well. Fulfillment and quality control is a big task, and if you don't have the right resources in place, it's very difficult to do it correctly. And then there's other people who come to us and they've just got a kind of general idea of what they want, and we will go through the process of designing a board with them, getting a PCB produced, getting some prototypes produced, all of that kind of stuff as well. So it all depends on the customer and what the client wants, but the service we offer is effectively open-ended. We can take them through the whole process. So yeah. It's basically self-funding hobbying in a way for you, right, Jay? Kind of. Like, yes. So what I will say is prototypists will pay for my personal prototypes going forwards, but again, I won't be putting any money in and I won't be taking any money out. Historically, if I'd have run a group buy, I'd been putting my personal money in and then I would have been taking my personal money back out. That doesn't happen now. Prototypist just does it and absorbs that, and then would absorb any profit to spread it out across other things as well, like the shipping example I gave earlier on. So it kind of does fund some things like that for me. The thing I have to remember is that technically those prototypes aren't mine, they're technically the business's. So if the business ever decides to close, sell off, shut up shop, whatever in the future, they aren't my products. I don't own them. They go with the business depending on what happens there. So need to work it out. It is very much separate, so it's not my stuff. So there we go. It's something I might see myself doing in 5+ years if I magically have a grand that I don't need. Fair enough, Zapri. Yeah, we can always look at custom boards for people. You said H1s would be your favourite switch right now because they're very good stock switches. Do you prefer them over alpacas and other JWKs because of their heavy spring weight, or are they superior to other JWK linears in any way? So they're absolutely the same switch, just the spring is really good. It's not the weight of it as such, it's just how smooth the spring is and the fact that it doesn't actually need any work doing to it. It's 95% of a tuned switch out of the box, and that's what I really like about the H1s. I've been blown away by how good that spring is in those switches. The only other switch that comes close, and I don't like the switch because it's a little bit scratchier and it's too light for me, is a GAT yellow. Those two are the only two switches I think are acceptable out of the box and don't need any tuning or tweaking. Mr. Petrov says, I'm working on getting Jay to move to the USA. I'm getting on the... I need you to come over here, Mr. Petrov. You should come over here. So there, don't steal from Jay here. Yeah, we need him more. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying in Europe. Let me put it that way. I'm staying in Europe. You Americans have enough content creators. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Cool. Okay, guys, that's the soldering all done. Thank you very much for questions. There was some really, really good questions there. I genuinely, really, really enjoyed those questions. Yes, we are still European. We are still European. We are still part of the continent of Europe. So Huey, when you say no, I ain't, I am still staying in Europe. Yes, I am. The boundary of Europe is not moving or changing. Now, we're not staying in the European Union. That's a different thing. But we are staying in Europe. Yes. Coinstorm is here and says, hi Jay. Hey Coinstorm, good to see you, man. Good to see you. America is not a good place to move right now. No, I absolutely agree. One thing I'm going to say, guys, is that whilst all this is soldered, and the soldering is pretty neat and tidy, you will notice that there's loads of little specks around. My solder was really flicking up a storm earlier on. So one thing I will do off stream after the build is I'll take a little small soft brush to this and clean it up with some isopropyl alcohol. The actual soldering itself is pretty nice, but as I say, there's a load of little tiny bits being blown off of it. So there we go. Who knows, maybe one day in the future the UK might be back in the EU. Well, given COVID-19 and the way things are going, I can't see the deal happening at the end of this year for January or not in terms of the trade stuff. So I think that that's going to get pushed back and we'll probably have another year or 9 months or something before anything actually changes. So yeah. Huey, you spelled all wrong. You spell ore as in the type of rock, a mineral where it has, say, copper ore in it, or iron ore. You mean OAR as in like a rowing ore, I think. I think that's what you mean. Yeah. Just to call him out, just because I'm a dick. That's all. Yeah, but just to make him feel small. Sorry, guys. I apologise. That was really rude of me towards Huey. And Huey's so kind to me. Throw Huey some love in the chat, guys. Throw Huey some love. Unless he's running straight down. Throw Huey some love, guys, please. Okay, time to now put the build in the case. In fact, oh no, we need to test it. We haven't tested it. Let's get a USB-C cable and let's get switch hitter up and let's test this out. Let me get switch hitter up for you guys so you guys can see as I test this. Okay, you should be able to see switch hitter right at the top of your screen, somewhere around here. We're going to steal this cable and we're going to plug it in and then we're going to try each of these switches out and make sure that it does something. Let's just flick this over to ANSI because that's probably closer to, well, the good news is everything lights up, lots of LEDs there. So that key doesn't work. Okay, so none of these keys work. Did I solder those? Yeah, they're all soldered. That must be a key map issue, I suspect. That's all working, that's working, that's working, and that's not. So I'm not expecting this key to work or this key to work because they're outside of the key map anyway, so I'm not expecting those two to work because we would have had the full keys here. The two full keys do work, so as long as the rest of the letters work, I think we're comfortable. All looking good there. ASD, F, G, H, J, K, L, all looking good there. Enter working too. Tab, QWERTY, and backspace, all looking good. Everything's working apart from these four keys here, which I suspect are not programmed. The two split keys, which I wouldn't expect to work anyway, and then I believe this will be the FN key. Perhaps not. Interesting. Is one of these FN? Interesting. Okay, so there's no FN. So there's, oh, there we go. That's FN. There's the F row going. You can see that. Interesting that there is no key for the num row. Interesting. Anyway, it's all working. So I'm pretty comfortable that nothing's broken on here, and it's pretty much just needs a layout flash into it, which we can sort out later on. Let's get rid of switch header. Boom, gone. Glacier says, I see you've got a few Infinity group buys recently, more than anyone else. Have you become that main EU proxy? So I work closely with the Keyduck company. They asked me if I want to run each group buy. I say yes or no as they come up. It's as simple as that. It's just a strong working relationship with TKC. Nothing more, nothing less. There may be sets that run elsewhere. There have been sets that have run elsewhere. Candy Keys have run a couple of Infinity sets. I may run some more, I may not. All depends on the set. One of the things that I don't want to do is run stuff that I don't personally like on the store. Like, if I wouldn't personally buy it, I don't really want to run it on the store. That's just part of the way it is. I would feel remiss if I was trying to sell something that I didn't like, and I feel like I would struggle with that. So yeah, just remember guys, we are putting this in and we're going, basically we're going to screw this in, going diametrically opposed with the screws. The reason for that is to just even out the pressure across the plate and the design. The other thing that I'm going to do as well is I'm barely going to tighten this. I'm just going to make sure it's tight and then do an extra, like finger tight, and then do an extra quarter turn. The reason for that is because the threads are going straight into the TMO's plastic, the polycarbonate, and I don't want to strip them, so I'm not going to over tighten this. I'm just going to feel a bit of resistance and then a quarter turn more. Just keep it nice and steady away. Marshmallows look so tasty. Yeah, they do. Just got a glimpse of Jay's dark side there. Yeah, man, my dark side's terrible. What solder do you use? I couldn't find a place to get leaded solder in the EU and Germany. I buy mine usually off eBay. I try and buy Kester where I can. Sealy is also a good use. I always buy leaded solder. The amounts we use is so tiny. I don't like non-leaded solder. That being said, it's not going to hurt you. You can use it just fine. I have used it in the past. Leaded solder, unleaded solder. It shouldn't really make a difference for the type of soldering we do. But I do try and buy it from eBay. If you just search 6040 on eBay solder, you'll probably find some. Sealy makes some nice solder that comes in 500 gram reels, but the stuff I tend to use is Kester. I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, so that's all screwed together. So this is the solder I use. I'll take it off the holder. Kester, you can see it does say here that it's 6040, I think, but it's hard to see. But yeah, Kester solder, 454 grams. I think it comes in a 500 gram box in total, so that's what I usually search for. So there we go. That's what you want. Don't buy it in big reels like this, because this reel lasts me a year at a time, usually somewhere between 6 months and a year. You don't need that much at all. Okay, so I think that's all screwed together. That's looking really nice. Look how good they look. How nice they are. Let's plug this keyboard back in as well. Come on, where are you? There you are. Tinkertronic says, what was the first mech you got as part of the hobby? I think you're a similar age to me in that the first keyboards you use are probably mech, but without realising. Yeah, I'm 35, so probably they were. I just can't remember exactly what they were, because I don't remember the PCs and stuff that I used. So yeah. Do I use 97% alcohol to clean the PCB after soldering? Yes, isopropyl alcohol is what I will use to clean the PCB later on. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that all clips together. Don't want to force it, but it feels like it does need to click. There we go. Okay, so the USB port's not quite aligned. There we go, that's better. That's better fit. That feels better. Sometimes it's just a case of getting everything aligned nice and neatly, guys. So do bear that in mind. Okay, and then we're going to put these back in, again diametrically opposed, just to even the load across the board. The first mech that I bought though in the hobby was a Poker 3, and then I moved to a CM Storm, and that was when I bought SA Calm Depths, and then I kind of just ended up joining a ton of different group buys over the next 5 or 6 years. I think that was 2014. I did drop out of the hobby for a little while whilst I was doing some other stuff. But yeah, it's been nice. Diametrically opposed, diagonally opposite. So I would go here, then here, then here, then here, and then when I do these ones, it would go in opposite. So we go here, then here, then here, and then here, just to make sure that we're keeping it nice and even. Oh, in fact, I'm putting that in there, and I haven't even done the corner one yet. But it just means going. It just means you're spreading the load out a little bit. That's all. Okay. There we go. And we're going to come back into this corner. The underside of the PCB looks great through the smoke polycarb. It does look great, right? Looks really nice. Spreading the load. There you go. Little TMO tag shining through the back. Nice. Yeah, it's really nice as this little board. Candy Keys also has leaded solder. Nice. Yeah. There we go. And that's the board all put together, guys. So, there we go. What do you think? How nice does that look? I think that looks pretty damn tasty. Polycarb, smoky grey, brass weight, polycarb plate, and marshmallow switches in that lovely pink colour. Look really good. Okay, so now guys, now is where I need your input. We have 2 choices for keycap sets for this particular board, and I want you guys to help me pick which one we're going to go with. So, get ready to put into chat which you prefer. The choices are Modern Dolch, Olive. Take your pick, guys. Put the name of one of these sets into chat, either Olive or GMK Modern Dolch, and I'll give you guys a couple of minutes and we'll see which you pick. And then whichever one you guys go for, whichever the majority of people are going for, that's the one we'll put on here. Man, my PM's going nuts today. Looks like I've got a lot of chat to catch up with. Okay, let's see what you guys have said. Okay, so George started us off with Olive, and then there were 2 for Modern Dolch, 2 for Olive now, 3 for Modern Dolch, 4 for Modern Dolch, 5 for Modern Dolch, 6 for Modern Dolch, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3 for Olive, 11, 12, 4 for Olive, 5 for Olive, 13, 14, 15, 6, 16, Light Cycle, Tinkertron, Light Cycle. I think Modern Dolch has won this. I think Modern Dolch has won it by pretty much a landslide. Maybe I will put Olive on it later on, George. Maybe I will. But the stream chat has spoken. Most people are asking for Modern Dolch on here. So we'll take Olive. We'll put Olive to one side for today. And we will go with Modern Dolch. Trying not to knock everything over. Oop, there's my accent keys there as well. Okay guys, so you guys do have a couple of other things to choose as well. Do we use any of the accents or do we not? And then we'll go through some choices for the artisan column, because I'm going to put artisans on there, let's be honest. I will get a selection of Kipuras to put on there. We'll pick some. I might pick up any kits from Moto R2. I might, if the Norda kit runs, I might pick that up. Yeah, I might pick that up. No accents. No accents. Okay, let's go for no accents then. So, first of all, we need a stepped caps lock key because that is stepped. Then we need a 1.25U shift key for just underneath there. And this is where I'm going to really struggle to get this board laid out because I have no idea where anything is, and the keycap size is going to be a little bit weird. There it is. Okay, and then we need the tab key for above that. Okay. Coming over to the other side, we're going to end up with a 1U key up there, so we will sort that out afterwards. That key there is 1.75, so I need a 1.75U key from this side, which I know it's sacrilege, but I kind of want to put the mod version of this there, the pipe key. I don't actually see it. Oh, there it is. Let's put the mod version of that key there. I think that's the right size. Oh no, it wants to be bigger than that. Oh, I'm wrong. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know what key to put there now. We'll come back to that. We'll sort that out in a second. You think? Oh, you also think you should do the icon mod bottom row keys there? No, I don't like the icon mods. I'm not going to use it. It's 1.5. Yeah, 1.5U backspace. That's right. That's what we need. 1.5U backspace. I'm sure that is in here. There it is. It doesn't look quite the right size. It looks like it's 1.75. Sorry, not 1.5. So the 1.5 backspace doesn't fit there. It's 1.75U. Here we're going to put a super key and then a 1U key as well. We're going to put FN there as well. So we're going to put super as our 1.25U key just there, and then we're going to put our FN key in as well. That is technically shift, but I don't have two of the same size shift, so we'll go for that. Bottom row, I think we'll go control, and then we've got a 1.5U key here, so we'll go for an alt. And we've got space bar. And then that's going to be a 1.25U key. So let's go for super over here. No, we've got a super good. Let's go for menu. Try and keep the legends a little bit different. R3 caps or control. Yeah. Okay, so we could put the control over there. Actually, that make more sense. There is control for it just there. That looks good. Okay, so now I think we can put in alphas. So let's go for that. R3 control did fit perfectly. You are absolutely spot on, guys. Mr. Fruity's here as well. Good evening, Mr. Fruity. It's a pretty board. It looks good, right? I'm a big fan of it already, how it looks. And as I say, I'll grab some artisans. I've only got one cluster available at the minute, but I'll grab some artisans and we can try and pick some Kipuras that'll fit nicely on that column. I'm going to go for the delete up there. There we go. Okay, starting to make some good progress now. And we are going to use the pipe key for over here when I find it, the ISO pipe key. I know it has got it because I remember using it on this set. There it is. Anything comparable to OG GMK trays? I only found the JTK tray, clear trays that come like it. No at key next semicolon. Yeah, I might change that actually. Yeah, you're right. I probably will change it. It's somewhere in here. I'll find it in a second. I'll probably change that over. You're right. So the JTK trays are quite nice. I don't mind them. I dislike GMK trays. I use them because they're convenient, not because I actually like them or because I rate them. Let's change that one keycap over. Just because we will be using UK layout on here, so it probably makes more sense to have the correct legends where we can. Okay, great. Mate Steinforth, thank you very much for raiding. Party of 17, thank you guys. Welcome to the stream. We have just finished putting some keycaps on the TMO50v2 that you can see just here, and we're going to pick some artisan keycaps to go with it very shortly. Okay, damn JB speed building over here. I go away for a minute and bam, the build is done. It's looking pretty good, guys. It's looking pretty nice, pretty tasty. It's looking pretty good. So, as I said, I'm going to grab some artisans and we will pick some artisans to put on there. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better as we put the artisans on. There we go. Christian Venable says, woo, thank you, man. Thank you. They're useful because you don't have to look for keys. That's true. Such a cute board. Thank you, dude. Thank you.
Tasty.
Vogon, thank you very much for the 95 bits. The tasty, tasty bits. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate that. The Dark PC is stunning, says Fleeceman. Yeah, man, I'm really excited about this. 50 is better than a 40%. Yeah, I don't disagree. Let me grab some artisan keycaps and we'll sure put some on there. So we're gonna just, these are the only ones I've got to hand, so we're just gonna try and pick some Kipuras. So let's put the board a little bit higher up, and then I've got some Kipuras and whatnot here. So let's see what we've got. I got 2 new Salvadors in. They're pretty nice, pretty tasty. Got these in just last week. Tinkerton, you might recognise the colourway for this. They're pretty nice. Also got these guys in as well. These guys I've had for a while. Excuse how dusty this is. I am so sorry. I haven't dusted this off before the stream. We've got a few in here as well. A few Kipuras on the bottom there. Probably going to go for this guy. He's going to have one. Maybe the other grey guys as well. Let's try and fit the grey guys one actually. Let's see if we can get there just using some grey Kipuras. Do we have any grey ones in here? No. So this is the Copper Kipura and the Maradona Kipura. This is the British Racing Green one, courtesy of Flexman. Thank you very much, Flex, for that one. And then we've got the JO2 and the Celestial Kipura as well. Those are the M Sport colours, that's exactly right. I think I might put him on there actually, because I kind of like him. And then we just need, if we start off with this guy up at the top, and then we go to this guy, that kind of leads us into this. We just need something that kind of bridges the gap between here and here. Maybe something a little bit dark and a little bit red. Maybe that's probably too dark. Let's go with that. There we go. Salvador can go in the tub. If anyone wants any more of these tubs as well, I'll have some on the store in the next couple of weeks. Shameless shill. I have got a small tub of them downstairs. So there we go, guys. There we go, folks. What do you think? Just need a golf coloured one now. Absolutely. Pretty happy with this, thinking this is looking pretty good. This is going to make a pretty good workshop board. I just need to plumb it all in. Man, I'm really happy with this. Gotta love this polycarb. It looks great, feels great. Maybe we'll do some infill with the logo at some point. I'm not going to do it today, but maybe at some point. But yeah, Modern Dolce, black smoky polycarb TMO50v2 with 3 Kipuras and a Salvador. If you guys haven't seen these Salvadors before, they're so super cute. That's the Honeywell Kipura. That is one of the Hyperfuse Origins Kipuras. That one is the GeekHack Kipura, and then that one's the M3 Salvador. So there we go, guys. Probably time to do a little bit of a sound test now. See what you guys think to the sound of it. I'm going to take off my headphones so I can hear, and I'll stop the music for just a minute. Although it's probably really quiet, you guys can't even hear it. There we go. And let's see what this sounds like. Okay, it's really interesting. Spacebar is very clacky. It's not rattly, it's just a thunk. Alpha sound great. Yeah, the alpha sound great. The spacebar is really, really clacky. Let's see if we can work out what that's hitting. Let's put the music back on, get the headset going again. Let's see if we can have a look at what's causing the issue with this spacebar. That is really clacky. So I feel like it's just the stabilizers hitting the PCB, I think, and it just happens to be. I think the weight is actually dampening the alpha keys, and it's not dampening the spacebar. I think I just need to get a little bit of foam and put some foam right underneath here, just in between the PCB and the plate, right underneath there. So I'll try and do that off stream. I don't have any to hand at the moment, so I can't do that. But just a little bit too clacky. Maybe the spacebar sounds like because of the wire orientation. Maybe. The alphas sound great. The alphas sound great. Spacebar not so much. The larger keys sound good as well. It's just the spacebar. Maybe I should have gone for split space, guys. Maybe I should have gone for split space. Interesting. Anyway, guys, that is the build. We're not doing a J-score this one, just because I kind of want to move away from doing the J-score. So unless I get some serious demands and some serious complaints for not doing it in the next couple of weeks, I'm probably going to try and stop doing it. Either way, I think this build's turned out pretty nice looking. I do need to have a look at this space bar, because I think that there's something that's just clacking off with it that I'm not quite really the micro keys. There you go. I just feel it's probably a little bit unfair for me to keep J-scoring stuff with being a vendor and everything else. It's probably a little bit unfair, so I'm probably not going to do that anymore. But maybe Brian will take it over. Maybe Brian will carry on the J-score tradition. It'll just become the TC score or something else. Or maybe we'll just carry on do the community scores going forwards and let the community do the J-scores rather than me do them. That might be the way forward. Yes, these are lubed with Crytux 104 on the stem and on the spring. But the board itself looks really, really good. I'm really happy with how the board looks. I think it'll be fine for the workshop. I do want to put a little bit of foam underneath the spacebar, and it's rare I do that, guys. So I am definitely going to do that. Maybe I'll see if I can put a little bit of lube underneath the stabilizers as well, so they're not hitting the PCB. See if we can do that. So we did used to do on the J-score, we used to do both the J-score and the community scoring comparison. Maybe I'll just do the community scores going forward. Maybe that's how we'll do it, but not today. I'll need to think about how to integrate that properly and everything else, but we'll definitely look at that going forwards. Yeah, Crytux 104, just oils today. I just wanted to try oils out on the marshmallow switches because they looked pretty nice, pretty tasty. Hit those alts too. There you go. There you go. Fleximan's not sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's just the spacebar. I'm not a fan of the spacebar. But anyway, there we go. Right, guys, if you've got any more questions for me right now as we build towards the end of the stream, please do ask away. Whilst I'm just on the wind down, I'm just going to zoom the camera back out. Oh, that's in. Zoom the camera back out. It's a really thin oil. Yes, it is a really, really thin oil. Is 104. I just wanted to go with a thin oil for this one. Oh, we were going to do the giveaway for this, weren't we, guys? Right. Okay. So, for those folks that are still here, we are going to give away this this ETF keycap. I'm not going to show which one it is, but it is from the 420 sales from April. So that's what it's from. We will give it away on stream now. Let me bring up the Nightbot, and you're going to have to put a code into chat for the giveaway. So the code that you're going to have to put in is ETF, just ETF. Anyone can enter. The code ETF is what you need to put in. and we'll just see who wins. I'll give you guys a few minutes to put your codes in. I want everyone to be eligible. We've got 132 people watching. So guys, if you're watching right now, you could win an ETF cap. I have seen this. I'm not going to share which one it is, but it's. I'm not going to open it on stream. It's from the 420 sale just a couple of weeks ago. We've got 43 eligible people right now, but we've got 132 viewers. So guys, come on, guys.
Very.
Capitalization shouldn't matter. You should just be able to put ETF in and it should just work. Thank you very much, Flexman, for the very, very nice 5 gift subs. Genuinely, really, really kind of you. So thank you very much for those, dude. Thank you.
Ooh, very nice.
If I had no thumbs, how would I eat a burger? I'd just get the burger and I would eat it like that. I'd put it like that and go like that. That's what I would do. How do you spell ETF? Just how you spelled it there, Duckham. ETF. Yeah, eat the food. ETF. All the very nice is going off in my ears now as well. Thanks for the gift sub. I wasn't even in the stream. There you go, man. There you go. That's how it works.
Very.
Hey Unicorn, we've just got a giveaway going. If you put ETF into chat, you can win this particular ETF keycap. I'm not going to open it on stream. It is an original ETF cap. So there we go. Right, there's 55 people in the giveaway here, and there's 132 viewers. That doesn't sound right. There's so many of you watching that aren't entering for this. Oh, yo, thank you very much for the 100 tasty, tasty bits. I really appreciate that. Eat the food, tiny gosh. What? ETF, yeah, eat the food. Some people don't like artisans, don't forget. That's true, that's true. But I want as many people to try and enter it. Where's British Racing Green? He's here. He's here, Flex. There you go. He's there. Thank you very much. Thank you, dude. Flex was kind enough to send into his little gift after we worked together on Lodestone. So yeah, thank you. Renaissance is toxic. Guys don't enter. There you go. Okay. Right, I'm going to give it another 20 seconds. We've got 63 eligible people right now. Enter ETF for your chance to win this keycap. And I'll pick a winner in just a minute. I did open it, Jeff Leopard. I know what it is, but I'm not going to open it on stream. No one else other than me knows what cap that is, so I'm just going to ship it out, and then the winner has the surprise of opening and seeing what they get. Just came back from work, says Melodet. Perfect timing. Yeah, get ETF into chat. Anywhere, I am EU, so yes, anywhere in the world is eligible. Whoever wins can just whisper to me or reach out on Discord afterwards, and I will arrange shipping it out to you. You don't have to pay shipping or anything else like that. It will be declared at full value. That's it. Okay, guys, we've got 67 people eligible. It's about time for me to draw it. So you've got 10 seconds to put into chat ETF to enter this. 132 viewers. 67 people eligible. 68. Okay, we're going to draw it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ziant, thank you very, very much. You've been a follower since December 2019, so you've been following for nearly 6 months now. Thank you very, very, very much for that. Ziant, you are going to win this ETF keycap. This is an original ETF cap. Came from me during the 420 sale, my latest win. I'm going to send it because we did a ton of different stuff earlier on in the show in terms of the bits, donations, and everything else. So thank you very much for that. Ziant, if you know how to reach out to me on Discord, you can join down below. Join the Top Clack Discord, right click my name and send me a message. You'll be able to see me right at the top right of the Discord. I'm pretty much online all the time. I'm not opening it up. So Flexman, it's a surprise for whoever wants it. He's going to get to see the cap when he opens it up. But yeah. Can we see the cap now? No, it's the surprise. He's going to get to see this, and he's going to have to wait for this. Think about this, guys. He's got the pain of waiting to get this in the post over the next couple of weeks, whilst it gets shipped out to him, whilst things are really slow. He's got the pain of knowing this is coming and not knowing what he's got. I don't want to take that away from him because that's kind of a nice experience. So I'm not going to show the cap on stream purely for that. It's purely so the ants and can experience that kind of excitement as it comes in, and he can open it and see what it gets. Torturing the winner, absolutely. If I'm giving away part of my personal collection, you can guarantee I'm going to torture people for it. So there we go. Ziad says, can I send it with the Doddle? If you are a Doddle customer, yes, reach out on my Discord in the Doddle channel and we'll go from there. Whatever's the easiest way for you to get hold of me, speak to me and we'll sort it out, Zian. But yes, I absolutely want to get this to you as soon as I can. Right then, guys, I'm going to close down the stream now. Thank you very, very much for watching. I genuinely appreciate all of your time, effort, everything else that's gone involved today. Thank you for all the bits. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the subs. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are legends in your own lunchtimes, and I genuinely appreciate every single one of you more than I could ever say. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed my honesty forthcoming about some of the topics we talked about today. I will try and be as open as possible going forwards. If you've got any questions for me, reach out on Discord, tap away, send me a message, send me an email. Get in touch with me however you want. I'm always open to chat to people about things, so please feel free to do that. And I'll see you back again on Thursday on the Top Pack Show, or this time next week when I'll be building another keyboard. TBC which board that will be, but hopefully it will be my Iron 165 FE. I'm just waiting for that to turn up now, so hopefully it will be that next week. If not, I'll pick something equally as exciting. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for being here on the stream. I'm going to close down now. See you later, and take care, guys, and be good to each other. See you now.